Arsenal are closing in on Benjamin Sesko, but Gyokeres is still being considered. Yes, people, them grand rising on this blessed Saturday morning. I hope you are all well. Welcome back to my transfer show, the show that keeps you locked in with all transfer news surrounding Arsenal. And today we are going to start with Benjamin Sesko because there were many updates that were surrounding Sesko that came out yesterday. But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel right now. You done? All right, let's get into the video. Now, Benjamin Sesko is definitely Arsenal's chosen target. But in the last few days, people think that I hate Sesko. I don't hate Sesko. I don't hate Sesko. It's not personal with Benjamin Sesko. It's not at all. But Isak was my dream. Isak was the Arsenal dream. I wanted Isak at Arsenal. Because if you remember, Fabrizio Romano said this in January. I'm sure that in private they are working hard. We will find out who they want to bring in. Obviously, the dream target remains Alexander Isak, but this is a player who will not be leaving in January. We knew he wasn't going anywhere in January. We were hoping that if Newcastle United didn't get Champions League football, that we could have signed Alexander Isak. Arsenal's dream target is still understood to be Alexander Isak. This was on the 8th of May, so the season was still going on. But the chances of persuading Newcastle to sell at an affordable price remain slim. Newcastle insist he is not for sale, and the deal will even be more difficult should they qualify for the UCL. So when I was watching that final day of the Premier League and Newcastle was sitting in 5th, Aston Villa were in 4th until Man United beat them, there was hope. There was hope. I had hope that we could still have Alexander Isak at Arsenal. And when I realized that we're not getting Isak, okay, cool. Who's the next big hitter in Europe right now? Victor Gyokeres. And if there's no one after Victor, and if we can't get Gyokeres, then it's Sesko. Sesko was the third choice on my personal list. I don't know about Arsenal or Arteta's list, but he was third choice on my list. So the fact that we are now here with Benjamin Sesko, for me, and I'm relying on a prospect to lift me to the Premier League, is a lot for me. So I don't hate him. It's not personal. He could absolutely be the one that turns into a great striker. And I'm going to get into the reasons why this could be an actually good signing. Because it's not personal with Sesko. It's not personal with Sesko. And as you know, in the afternoon hours of yesterday, Arsenal are now advancing or were advancing in negotiations for Benjamin Sesko after initial contracts. Concrete talks were reported last week. Discussions are underway, proceeding well between all parties involved, player and clubs. No agreement yet or expected this weekend, but advancing. Then this quote came from Jacobs Ben, saying that Arsenal feel they can secure the signing of Benjamin Sesko for around 70 million euros, which is 59 million. That would actually be a great deal. A highly thought of prospect to get in for under 60 million would actually be a very, very good deal. Now, there's more on this from Jacobs Ben because he said this, and I'm going to tell you about Victor Gyokeres in a second. Arsenal continue talks with RB Leipzig over Benjamin Sesko, with a bid possible soon. Sesko is keen on a move to Arsenal. Victor Gyokeres is still under consideration as Berta is keen to advance on multiple options before officially bidding, but Sesko discussions are more advanced. Arsenal feel both Sesko and Gyokeres can be secured for around 70 million euros. And Gyokeres remains open to Man United, even without Champions League football, as revealed yesterday, even though Man United haven't made an approach to Sporting yet. So Gyokeres doesn't favour a move to Man United. He's open to it. I feel if Arsenal were to strike a deal now with Gyokeres, he'd come to Arsenal. But Arsenal are favouring Benjamin Sesko. So this is the player that we could actually absolutely be moving for, is Benjamin Sesko. That's the one that they advanced him for. That's the one they are most head for in terms of discussions. Now, let me talk about why he could possibly be the one, the next great one, maybe. Now, some of you may not know this, but years and years ago, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was about to do a trial at Arsenal. We could have signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he famously said Zlatan doesn't do trials, and then he goes and moves on to Ajax. His career, the rest is history. Zlatan Ibrahimovic would have been a brilliant striker for Arsenal if we had signed him at the time, but we couldn't. That's one we missed out on. Another one we missed out on, and that we was very, very close to signing, was Cristiano Ronaldo. If you don't believe me, go do your own research. In 2003, Arsenal were literally one step away from signing Cristiano Ronaldo. And then So Alex comes in, he goes on, signs for Man United. The rest is history. One of the greatest players of all time. My favorite in terms of greatest player in all time when it comes to Ronaldo and Messi, in my opinion. Shoot me down if you want. But my point is, we've missed out on serious targets before that have gone on to have fantastic careers. Now, people are saying that Benjamin Sesko can be the one to turn into that next great striker. If that is the case, then oh my Lord, will I be happy? Of course. Absolutely, of course. But we're hoping. We are just hoping for that. That's what I'm hoping for. And I hate relying. I mean, there's no guarantee with Gyokeres that he's going to come in, he's going to bang in the Premier League. There's no guarantee, but his CV says that he will more likely do that than Cesco, in my opinion. He's a good player, Cesco is. He's a good player. Is he the one that's going to become that next great striker? That's the question I'm asking. But Arsenal are advancing for Benjamin Sesko, and Victor Gyokeres is still under consideration. Gunners, let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. I also brought you the news a few days ago that Rodrigo is now Arsenal's #1 target for that left wing position. And a news article broke yesterday that Arsenal are now preparing a bid for Rodrigo. And it says here, and I quote, Arsenal is preparing a €70 million offer to sign Rodrigo from Real Madrid. The Brazilian has the final say on his future. Now, we know Real Madrid are about to sign Mastantuono from River Plate for about 45 million, as I said already. Rodrigo plays on the right because he's forced to play there. He wants to play on the left. Vinicius is there. It seems like he's going to have no options to play at Real Madrid. He's going to be spending more time on the bench. There is a wing free for you, Rodrigo, right there. So if Arsenal, if this is your #1 target, and I'm very happy with this #1 target, if it is Rodrigo and you sign him, very happy. So let's see if we can get this deal over the line. And it seems like it could be very, very possible that we can get this deal over the line. And if you're saying on the wing is Rodrigo, up front is Sesko, on the right wing is Saka, Odegaard in behind with the support of Rice and Partey, or Zubamendi as well, things are starting to look better. Still need more. But Rodrigo is a #1 target, and I would be absolutely excited if he comes into the Arsenal. Gunners, let me know what you think in the comments below. And last but not least, Georgino has officially left the Arsenal. The Arsenal posted this on their official Twitter account yesterday, and it says here the club can confirm that we have reached a mutual agreement with Georgino to end his contract with immediate effect. Thank you for everything and all the best, Georgino. And you can see him here with the is that the Flamingo manager or the sporting director? Maybe potentially. He'll be wearing a 21 shirt, number 21, and he will be playing in the Club World Cup this summer. Georgino has officially left the Arsenal, and if you didn't join from Chelsea, he was a decent player for the Arsenal, a decent player. Did what he had to do, kept it ticking. I ain't got problems with Georgino. It's just a shame that he came from Chelsea, because, you know. Anyway, that's it for the transfer show today. It's not a long one. What big updates were made? No progress, no real progress is expected to be made over the weekend for Cesco, but who knows what can happen. A deal could be struck at any moment. So I'm going to make sure that I keep you up to date with that. And if you want to know when that news comes out, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you comment, let me know how you feel. We're going to stay locked in with all transfers surrounding Arsenal. All right, people, love and guidance. Enjoy your rest today if you worked hard through the week. And if you're working today, I hope it's a nice day for you, and I hope you don't get caught in the rain. The sun is coming out. The sun is coming out. All right, people, love and guidance. Peace.